This is Connor Essegian, and you're listening to Line for Line Podcast.
Everyday profit and win. When you get the money invested, watch who you bring in your circle, cause people is sick and infested. Make sure you keep your direction. When you look in the mirror, be proud. As long as you doing the best that you can every day, boy, it's easy to smile. Talk to the Lord and pray. Make sure your faith is strong. Just like perfume and cologne, when you stepping out, make sure you putting it on. Laugh in the face of defeat. If you gotta cry, homie, cry. If you gotta hide, homie, hide. If you gotta ride, homie, ride. I grew up with no one to hold. So many nights I would stay up. Women hurt me free.
All right, and just like that, we are back in another episode of Line for Line. We have a very special guy in the building today as well. He's getting ready to transfer over to Wisconsin to be a phenom like he's been doing over in Indiana. We have Mr. Connor in the building. Connor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm actually hanging in there. Just tell us a little bit about your day. How have you been today?
It's just been kind of a normal day.
Yeah.
We got a conference game that's supposed to be pretty tough, so had practice today. Went through a little bit over what they'd be like, but I mean, other than that, it was just wake up, go to the gym, go to school, and that's really about it.
Yes, sir. Now, before we get started, just tell us a little bit about Connor outside of basketball, Connor the person.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really a lot of it is just basketball. That's really just where my life goes around, and even off the court, just kind of things like that too. I stay around the game. So, something I'm into is like the videography and like graphic design. So like I'll do like commitment edits for people. I'll go out and record people and make mixtapes. So, I mean, I'm around the game basically, in all different ways.
Now, that's so cool because obviously I do the same thing here in Wisconsin. I'm traveling to football, basketball, rugby, whatever type of sports it is as well, too. I actually used to play sports as well, too. But now I'm just love capturing the game as well, too, So how would you say it is that you got started with basketball?
Yeah, so I've kind of always, had a ball in my hand. Really, throughout elementary school, even, middle school, I was really kind of up in the air with baseball and basketball. And then it wasn't until about 7th grade that I kind of was like, all right, I'm going to take basketball seriously. And, that's just kind of, after that, it kind of developed really quickly when I actually started putting in work. But, really, I just being around the game, my parents both played sports throughout their whole life.
Nice.
So kind of developed into that at a young age and really took off around then.
Now, your father, he was a great athlete as well, too. Did he play basketball or football?
He was a baseball and football.
Oh, nice. So
Yep.
It's safe to say the genes passed down to you as well, huh?
Yep, and then mom, that's kind of where I got my, a little bit of my height from. I'm not too tall now for basketball anymore. But, I got, basketball side from my mom as well.
Nice. Now, can you just tell us a little bit about the knowledge that you had on Madison prior to going on there for your commitment tour?
Honestly, I wasn't too familiar with Madison at all.
Were you familiar with Wisconsin outside of the Packers?
Yeah, even that, obviously I'd never been there. It wasn't, being in Indiana, Wisconsin's, it's a little bit of a drive. It's not too far, but not too close. So I really didn't have much knowledge about it at all. I really, was kind of fed everything I know now, just, being there throughout my 3 times.
Yes, sir. So just tell us a little bit about what it was like for you as soon as you got to Wisconsin and when you got on campus.
Yeah, so I ended up going on my first visit. We were playing in Chicago. It was probably one of the first weekends in August. So we were already kind of up there that way. So we ended up going there, scheduled a quick unofficial visit. And it was kind of just a day thing. So we actually scheduled it a couple days before. Went there. It was pretty brief. Didn't really get too in depth with the town, the city, the college. Really just kind of got to know some of the people that are there. And then ended up going back for my official, obviously later. And that's kind of when I ended up making my decision. That really got a little bit deeper, and just kind of the city, the town, the people, what it's really all about. And as obviously that's what ended up making me decide on my decision. And then we ended up coming back for the Marquette game just the other week, and that was pretty brief too, but just kind of see everything in action.
Yes, sir. So what would you say your favorite thing was about the campus that drew you in closer?
Really just the energy. It's a big college town, right? That's what it's known for, and to kind of just see it actually live and just seeing my dreams of playing in the Big Ten and living that life, to see how it'll actually be next year. That was just really eye-opening to me.
Yes, sir. Now, as a lot of people know, because I've been hyping this episode up, they know that you're a star over at Central Noble. But can you just tell us a little bit about how much hard work and dedication went into the 20-1 season and you averaging 24 points?
Yeah, it's been a pretty long process actually. When I first started playing basketball, I wasn't very good.
Oh
Uh,
no.
it's taken a lot of work. I wasn't very athletically gifted. Talented wise, I wasn't either. It's basically been getting in the gym. And even just last year, my freshman year, we were like 18-7. It wasn't what we wanted it to be.
Hmm.
We've kind of progressed throughout my 3 4 years now, so it's really been a lot of work, a lot of extra time in the gym. And thankfully, a lot of my teammates too, have goals of playing in college. Some of them are.
Hmm.
Um, so with everyone putting in work together, it's really like progressed and shot up throughout these couple of years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, how much time do you spend in the gym working on your game now outside of your hectic schedule?
Yeah, so I mean, every morning I'll get up and I'll go. Thankfully for me, the Police Athletic League allows me to use their gym whenever I want. There's nothing going on, so I'll be able to go in and use a shooting gun every morning. And almost probably around 1,000 shots every morning. And then I'll head to school.
Hmm.
This is just a normal school day, so I'll head to school and then I got practice. And then obviously there's weights throughout school. And then, really it just depends on after if I want to go to the gym again or not, or if I just want to go home and chill.
Yes, sir. Now, I know you say you weren't athletically gifted or that great to start. What would be that piece of information that you would give to that kid who has the basketball in his hand and is worried about him not being that good?
I mean, really, it's all a mindset. Kind of once I changed my mind and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and be good. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna chase my dreams. That's kind of that's when it started clicking, and
Hmm.
you start to see the results because you're putting in that extra work, you're putting in that time, and you're giving it your all when you're actually doing it. So, when you really believe in yourself, honestly, that's what it is, and that's when you can really see progress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what type of player would you say the Badgers will be getting once you touch down and it's official you hitting the court?
Yeah, so I've always been kind of known as just really a pure scorer or a shooter,
Hmm.
and I feel like I'll bring that to the table hopefully right away. Being able to space the floor and shoot the ball. But really it's just anything they need. I've always been known to as being a scrappy player.
Hmm.
That's always people have hated me, people have loved me for it. It's whatever it is, but they'll just get someone that'll come in and really do whatever it takes just to
Hmm.
get the dub.
Yes, sir. Can you just tell us a little bit about the excitement running through your head when you hit a monster jam during a game? Because like in the highlight that I made for you were like ducking all over those kids. It was insane.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a rush of excitement,
Yeah.
especially with gyms full now. Back to normalcy a little bit. You get the crowd going, you get that little energy at the rim snap.
Uh huh.
It definitely gives you a little adrenaline pump.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, as most of us know, several schools were hoping to court you. How was it that Wisconsin differentiated between all the other schools looking at you?
Yeah, it was really just the culture they had set that I really wanted to be a part of, and the people there. When I went on my official visit, Tyler Wall was my host. Um,
Nice.
so obviously he's a third year there now as a junior,
Hmm.
so he's kind of been through it, and I was with him most of the time, and really he allowed me to be myself.
Hmm.
Like I didn't have to change who I was, and, I could just just be me, around all the other guys too, the coaches, and really getting to see how they acted off the court because obviously I'm on the court 10% of the time if that,
Yeah.
and so it's the guys that I'll be with off the court, put my trust in every single day. And I was really able to dig deeper and really see who they were. That really drew me in. And
Yes.
then obviously just the style of play, it's got to fit, otherwise it won't be successful.
Yes, sir. Now, as we get ready to close out this amazing episode, there's just two last questions for you, obviously. But what would you say your most cherished basketball moment is till this day?
Ooh, man. Honestly, for me it would be getting the actual feeling of when I ink that paper to finally sign and be like, we did it.
Hmm.
Then that's a dream I'd always had growing up, playing in the Big Ten. Being in the Midwest growing up. I mean, that's who you're always watching. I mean,
Hmm.
Big Ten is always on, no matter what sport. And to finally ink my name down and really get that feel and that rush of like you actually did it. That right there was probably one of the greatest feelings that I've ever had, whether it's basketball or not, just because
Hmm.
it showed that all my hard work and dedication had finally paid off.
Of course, of course. And like I said, as we close out, what would you say is something that you can improve on when it comes to your game heading into Madison?
Yeah, I'd say definitely, just on the defensive side, really getting quicker and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I haven't been athletically or physically gifted, and a lot of people, they doubt me playing in the Big Ten for my size and my strength and speed, and that's something that I take a challenge to, and
Mm-hmm.
so, that's something I know I got to work on. That's something me and Coach Guard have talked about that I got to work on to be able to see the floor and play, and
Mm-hmm.
excel at that next level. So that I'd say that for sure is definitely, what I know for a fact I got to improve on.
Yes, sir. Well, Connor, this is Line for Lions. Welcome to Wisconsin. We wish you nothing but the best, and we will be speaking with you soon, young man. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You calling or you listening, tune in every week. Line for line. Oh yeah, I'm going line for line.